boy, oh boy, Matt, the prime sexuals just are happy with you right now. What's your response to all the heat coming off of Twitter and just the Colorado Buffaloes community? I don't get it. I think I don't understand it. It seems like people who are ignorant and don't know what they're talking about, who are super, super upset and passionate about something and are super convinced that they're right and you're not. I don't get it. Matt, go ahead.
Okay, look, I've first of all, everybody, thanks for watching. All press is good. You can hate me all you want. I don't know who you are. It's all good. Second, it's not your money. And now college guys are getting paid. And I wasn't strong-arming or doing anything of that nature. I'm simply saying that when you want to get elite talent, and you can sit here and try and tell me they're not elite, that's your opinion. It's not true. It's your opinion. I know I've been working with these kids since day one. They are as good as you can get. That's the reason they were at Alabama and Ohio State this weekend on their official visits. You can go on social media and you can act like, they collaborate with me on everything. They tag me on everything.
I don't get it, Matt.
I've been working hand in hand with both of these kids since they were freshmen in high school. Gene Hill does a great job with both of them as well. It's a big, happy family. That's how we all work together to help everyone. Jackson Roper got his first offer this weekend at Oklahoma. He started about 6 months ago. Big offensive lineman who came in with a goal, and since he's been in the gym, he's got 2 offers, and he's got more coming. So Nick and Moon will be out at Oklahoma next Friday for camp, so we'll see how that goes. I'm saying this simply. Number one, I know more about this business than you, and you can mock me and say I'm not an agent and shit, but we've placed 526 kids or some shit in 16 years, and the agent part of this is new, and I am going back to school. I'm enrolled to go back to school to get my master's to be a real sports agent.
Nice.
College football, you don't need to be anything. You can just be what I am. I'm representing them and helping them, all these kids, achieve fair and equal compensation. That's what I'm saying. Okay. What I'm simply saying about Colorado and the entire Big 12, Pac-12, Mountain West, whatever, if you want to get elite talent, especially guys to stay home, you might have to overpay to do that. I'm not telling Colorado to overpay. I'm saying that let's say the going rate for a 4-star offensive lineman, number 1 player in the country or in the state that guy's in the gym now, that guy's in the gym next year. Like, we've got the number 1 player in the state for 3 years running right now. So let's say the rate on that is an SEC school. You can see a lot of these numbers. Or shit, let's just do this. That's congratulations to Roper. There he is with Coach Venables. Right. The conversations he's going to start having. Breck at Ohio State this weekend, Deacon at Alabama. It's like Mark Bowman committed to USC this weekend. I don't work with Mark. He's a great kid, though. He's been in the gym before. He's really close with Breck. I would say that he did probably a 2-year deal with a team option for a third for probably a couple $1 million.
Damn.
Up and staggered, right? Because that's what the number 1 tight end in the state in the country is going to get. 5-star number 1 player, right? I'm saying if you're at a non-Big Ten or a non-SEC school, you probably need to overpay to get a guy like that. Now, there's enigmas. There's different circumstances. There's Travis Hunters that are literally Coach Prime's son and went with him because of their relationship, and awesome. Jordan Seaton obviously has a great relationship with Coach Prime and Shador and all those guys. That's awesome. I also think that's not every kid is going to have that kind of relationship from a personal standpoint with the coaches. They have to build that when they get there. So I'm simply saying that it may be necessary to back up the Brinks truck on certain guys to keep them out of the Big Ten and the SEC. Because the Big Ten and the SEC have Brink truck, like they have the vaults at their programs where they can they have endless funding. So if they really want a kid, these days in the wild, wild west of this business, if they really want a player, any player, they can do what they have to do to get that guy. And acting like money isn't important is ridiculous. The fact that these kids can get paid now is awesome, I think. Fuck. Mm-hmm. I played for free pretty much, and everybody I know did. All the old heads did. So wouldn't you want the next generation to be able to maximize? That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying CU is going to get them or not. That's not my job. It's not my job to send all my clients to Boulder. I'm sorry, it's just not.
Yeah, it's true.
It's all I can do is present them the same way I do to everybody else. And it seems like there's a lot of folks that think that if like anything is said that they don't like, they get super personal super quick about that is just business, which makes me know immediately that you don't understand the business of football and what's actually happening. And this is why I do what I do, and you do what you do, and that's cool. Yeah. But don't sit here and try and tell me my business. Don't sit here and try and tell me that this isn't real and this is all bullshit. And like all of a sudden, these kids are chasing bags. That's not what I said at all. It's not even close.
Like I don't.
It's not even close to what I said at all. The vertical that Bailey played. I mean, if you wanted to play the vertical again so everybody can see it, like, just listen to exactly what I'm saying before you fucking go ape shit crazy here about what you think you heard. Oh, this guy's yelling. Look, everything's in capitals.
See, my biggest frustration, like, I'm going to say this before I play the video here. The disrespect of two things. One, that you're obviously played in our alumni of the school. And we had Chad Brown on JB's show. Chad Brown was on this show a few weeks ago. He said the same thing. He doesn't understand why he gets all this heat. And people are calling him a hater and don't take into account what he's done for the school.
It's okay, bro. I played there a long time ago. I didn't play at CU now. I played CU.
No, I know, but
they can hate. What do I know?
Prime sexual sensitivity is unbelievable, and I don't even understand from this clip, which we're about to show. Take a look at this. People are not happy with this clip.
It's not the most important thing. It's not even close. That said, they both have the potential and are both worth the money. I just said money is not the most important thing. It's the first thing I said.
It's ironic, right?
In my opinion, if you're the University of Colorado and you want to keep the two best offensive linemen in this class home, and they both are my guys, which should help the situation. I don't know if it is right now or not because of the other schools involved. Again, that's on Colorado to make sure the situation is productive. Because they're the ones recruiting the kid. You know what I'm saying? They're the ones trying to sign them up. So I think they should be rolling out the gold carpet even harder. They should be overpaying both of them to keep them home.
What's wrong with that?
What's wrong about that?
I don't get it.
You want to compete with the Big Ten and the SEC schools, then you may have to overpay the kids from your perspective. Not saying they're being overpaid in general. If you don't want to spend X, Y, and Z and your budgeting comes out at a certain number, for a 4-star offensive lineman, it's bracketed, right? Because everything's slotted because now the schools can pay the players. I'm not talking about NIL opportunities here. The kids will get those as they grow, and social media plays into that and a bunch of other factors.
Right.
But if you're slotted at here, right, because this is what GMs and coaches talk about when we talk. This is what agents and coaches and trainers and everybody talks about. Mm-hmm. We all get together on conference calls or meetings and say, this is where he's at. This is what other guys in this situation may be getting from other places. This is what we're willing to go for. We won't go higher than this number. It's business and negotiation. So all this emotional shit over here, man, it's there's no place for it anymore. The emotional shit is when people start not maximizing their potential. They just start jumping in shit because they're emotional about it. So again, there's a reason I'm doing what I'm doing and you're doing what you're doing. And that's cool. So we can move on from this, or you guys can keep running with it. It's all good. I don't really give a shit, but I'm proud of my guys. They're doing a great job. And we're going to keep the party going because there's some young guys in here, bro. Waylon Day is going to be a freshman at Grandview. He's a monster, 6'4", 290, really good work ethic, just started. Devin West is a mutant.
Yes.
That motherfucker is going to be in 8th grade, bro. I forget. He's going to be in 8th grade. He'll probably end up going to Fairview. If I could get him in Mount Vista, I'd be so happy, but that's a long drive.
Right.
And this freak, all he does is work. I can't keep him out of the gym. God bless Lamar because he shows up every morning at 5 a.m. to get him there. But this kid just gets it, bro. And is he awkward and baby giraffe-ish and all that shit right now? Yeah, he's 12. Like, I don't know if people know who I'm talking about, but Devin West is like,
give him some content.
You can find him on social media. I'm sure you can find a clip of him if you really look. He's 13 years old going into 8th grade, okay? And he's 6. I don't know, Lamar, if you're watching, 6'6", like 260, super long beard. Just I call him all the time, like, God damn, mutant, how are you this morning? And he's a good coach. And he's just a worker, and he's going to be a fucking monster. Max Darden's a chaparral. He's going to be a great college player at the next level. He's going to be a freshman on top of, just all the other young guys that are in there busting their ass. So Tate Pierce, if people remember the name Morgan and Eric Pierce, Eric played against both of them. They're brothers, obviously. They played at Colorado State back in the day. Morgan didn't play in the NFL for as long as his brother Eric. Eric played 11, 12 years. Yeah. Both their kids are in the program. So, yeah, man, I'm pretty proud of what 6-0 is doing right now. And we're going to keep the party going. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of talent in there right now. So we'll keep doing our job. You can keep from a distance, of course. You can keep lobbing them Molotov cocktails from a distance. It's okay.
Molotov cocktail. Actually, Matt, I meant to bring this up like last week, but you brought up Colorado State, and I think you would find this interesting, Matt. Are you
real quick? Let me address this. I'm sorry, B.
Okay.
Why do you assume that they're both cocky? They didn't do shit. Why do they need to humble themselves? They're not doing anything. I said what I said. There's no reality check. They're up at 5 a.m. 4 days a week with me. I just fucking murdered Breck and Reese and Moon and Nick in a workout for 2.5 hours. Mm-hmm. Like, they were dying, but they love it. That's the grind. So I wouldn't be sitting here assuming that you know the intentions of these young men or you know them at all. Again, I was giving my opinion to answering a question, by the way. Remember, that wasn't just me talking. Somebody asked me what they would have to do to get Deacon and Breck to stay home, remember? Mm-hmm. And I said, look, if you're competing with the Big Ten and the SEC, you're probably going to have to spend money because if they aren't chasing bags, it's what's being offered.
Yeah, it's the nature of the business today. People don't understand it. I just don't think people.
And it's not your money, so what do you care if they get paid?
Yeah, it's pocket.
Again, this is super hypocritical too. You're probably saying that they should get paid, but you're mad when they do. So you're mad. You want the college athletes to get paid, but then when they get paid, they're spoiled and they need humbling, and you're mad when they get paid. What are you talking about, dog? What?
I don't know.
And then to keep this in mind too, Colorado people and fans and prime sexuals, you spew all of this all over social media. Do you think that is encouraging to the young men and they want to come play for you after you shit all over them?
That's something
else. I don't see Ohio State and Georgia and all these other schools that are recruiting the fuck out of them. The minute I walked out of my office today, Breck is on the phone with Kirby Smart on speaker in front of Davis, Moon, Nick, and Reese, who are all Moon has got Syracuse already. Reese has 25 offers, number one player in the state. Next year's class, Matt Russell's son. CU finally offered him. Awesome. Breck is obviously Breck, my son Nick. Okay. Kirby Smart on the phone. Just sitting there listening to the conversation. What's up, coach? How you doing? Oh, down. He's back there working. I love that place. Blah, 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 blah. You just keep it up down there, Breck. Did everything go well? Yeah, I talked to this, everything's good, blah, blah, blah. Move on into the weight room and go to work. So again, spewing all of your nonsense all over online and attacking everybody and then being like, but they should come to school for us, but fuck them. What's wrong with y'all, man? What's wrong with y'all? It has nothing to do with CU and the coaching staff and what they're doing up there. They're doing a great job. This is directed directly at the fans and the prime sexuals. Do you understand that every time you do that, you make everyone look awful? And then the kids see all of that. What are you doing? It's not your money. Kids can get paid now. They have agents and representation and people that care, and there's no regulation. So there's some like guys taking 25% of their check. I take 3.5% because that's the NFL number. Does that make me a scumbag, or does that make me a guy with moral code?
It means you're an anomaly in college football. At least you've heard what the
I had a meeting last week. I had a meeting last week with a guy who used to play at CU and played 8 years in the NFL. He's retired now, and he works for a sport agency. And we met for an hour after he watched the workout. Okay, and his agency takes 25% of all kids' contracts. And then Uncle Sam takes 33% of your contract. So that's 58%. I'm taking 3.5% after training them and working with them and building relationships and doing everything from day one. Breck didn't have any offers when he walked in the gym. Deacon didn't have any offers. Roper didn't have any offers. And the line goes on and on and on. So does that make me a piece of shit? No, man.
No,
folks, you gotta understand this. You can't have it both ways. And it's not your money. It's like when people in the NFL get angry when some team overpays somebody on a contract. It's not your money. What the fuck do you care? They're playing monopoly money over there. That's what college football is turning into. It's okay. Colorado can contend with the big boys and spend money like everybody else. They can do that. They're plenty capable. And honestly, if I were them, I'd be doing that because the coaching staff is so elite that I'd want to get the best players possible to put in front of all these fucking freak coaches and all these Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
I want to go over spending money that's not mine.
Yeah.
Well, I want to spend every penny of the salary cap. I don't want fucking $10 million on the books that we've decided not to spend. What are we talking about? So you can miss me with all your fucking bullshit about who I am and what I do and how I do things. But I guarantee you this, the more you guys regurgitate this incompetent, like super sensitive, hate-fueled bullshit towards the people you're trying to recruit and the guys you say you want to come to Boulder, and because they even like the fucking inkling of money, we start talking about money a little bit and everyone loses their minds like this. Folks, you gotta be a little bit more mature in order to have this conversation moving forward, I think. You know what I'm saying? They're both 4-star players, by the way, not 3-star.
Yeah.
And one of them's a really high 4-star that's about to be a 5-star. So again, it's okay. I understand your opinion is fact, and it's cool. So again, you can bring your venom at me. I'm just going to block you on Twitter so I don't have to put up with you anymore. I must have blocked like 50 people, Doug.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, I love that part of Twitter. The fact that I can just be like, I never want to fucking hear from this person that I don't know again.
Oh, it's great.
Losing a follower, you're fucking blocked. Like, that's just the end of it. I'm over it.
Yeah, and we'll move on. My biggest takeaway from what you just said, Matt, you said, well, who was it? Breck was on the phone with Kirby Smart.
Yeah.
Hey, if we prime sexuals, you guys gotta wake up, dog. You sit here and act like Colorado is the greatest football program in the history of college football. Like, there's levels to this shit. At the end of the day, Colorado is still working their way back up. Georgia's still one of the top dogs in college football. That's just the nature of the business, folks. So you guys gotta wake up to reality a little bit, folks.